Hi folks, welcome to the new session of Azure Data Factory. In this session, we are going to take a look at how we can copy data using copy activity while maintaining folder hierarchy. But before we go into that, let's take a look at the problem statement that we were discussing in the last session. So in the last session, we tried to copy file without giving file name into sync. So we saw that Azure Data Factory gives the name ad hoc basis, so you cannot predict what the name will be, and it will not be the same name as the source file. So if you are copying customer.csv and you do not give any name into sync dataset, it will be data underscore some characters. But in that we had folder path. Now what we are going to look first at what will happen if we do not give both file name and file path in our sync dataset. So let's go to our Azure portal. Let me open my data factory. I'm opening data factory studio. Let me go back and open my storage account as well. Let me go to storage browser, blob containers, data, and in data we are going to look at customer source. So here we have customers.csv. Now let me go to our pipeline that we saw in the last session. And what I have done is I have removed the default values. So we are going to provide our values. In case we don't provide our values, there will be no default value. So that way the pipeline will fail. So there will not be any unexpected behavior from the pipeline. So in the copy data activity, we have wildcard file path, and in the sync, we have two dataset parameters that are being populated by our two pipeline parameters. So in data factory, we have three different types of parameters. One is pipeline parameter, then there is a dataset parameter, and the third one is linked service parameter. So for now, we are looking at the first two, pipeline parameter and dataset parameter. Okay. Now in the source, if you see the source dataset, if you open it, we have hard coded this customers underscore source and customer.csv. Okay, but still we are going to pass it using our wildcard file path. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to click on debug, and I'm going to pass source file path as customers.source, customer hyphen source, customer, what is the name, customers.csv, and I'm not going to give any value for sync file path and sync file name parameter. So essentially in our sync data set, these two values are going to be empty. So let me run it. It succeeded. Let me go to our data container. Let's go to customer sync. As you can see, we haven't provided customers hyphen sync as our folder file path, so there is no data here. However, there is a file in our container itself. So as you can see, it's data underscore a random set of characters. So if you do not provide any file path and file name, it is not going to fail, rather it is going to directly put the data into the container. So we don't want that. So always keep your file path and file name as parameter and provide the parameter. If you feel like if you don't provide parameter, there should be a default one, give any default parameter. Otherwise what will happen, there will be a file which will be created directly into your container, and you will not be able to identify it because it is not going to give you any clue with the name. Okay, so let me just delete it. Now we are going to create a directory hierarchy in our customer source directory. Okay, so let me just delete it. Let me add the directory 1. Inside directory 1, let me just add directory 1.1. Okay, here let me upload a file customer.csv. I'm using session 5's data, so customer.csv to upload it here, and then in the directory 1.1 also I'm going to upload the same file. Okay, done. So directory 1.1 and directory 1 has same file. Now we are coming back into our parent directory. Let me create two more directories. Directory 2. In directory 2 we are going to put files. Let me go to session 6, that is today's session, and I'm going to put customer 1 2. Okay, here we have customer 1 2. Let me create one more directory. Directory 3. Let me create it. Directory 3. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload customer 3. So customer 1 2 3 4, these are created from customer.csv only. Basically they have the same data as customer.csv. I have just renamed the file in order to give you this demo. So I am putting customer3.csv here, and I am putting customer4.csv directly into the customer source directory. So let me go and customer4. Done. Fine. Cool. So now we want to copy everything like this only with the file name and folder structure into our customers sink. So it should be same. So what we are going to do is we are going to go into our copy data activity. Everything we will keep same. In this sync, we are going to change the copy behavior from merge files to preserve hierarchy. And by the way, preserve hierarchy is our default setting. So if you let me just go ahead and create one more copy activity, I drag and drop sync. If I choose, suppose, this is sync copy behavior. So preserve hierarchy is the one that we use. Okay. So I'm just deleting it for now. In the copy, I'm keeping the preserve hierarchy. Fine. Publish all. So in the source, we have these two. General section is fine. Let me just save the changes. Done. Cool. Now let me run it. So I need all the CSV files from customers hyphen source directory. So .csv. Okay. Customers.csv. I need all the files, and in the sync I'm just giving this sync directory. I'm not giving any sync file name, and I'm saying I need every file that is star.csv from customer source into customer sync, and I want to do it by while preserving the hierarchy. So if you see in the source, it is by default recursively is enabled. So that means it will go into each and every directory inside the customer source and look for a CSV file. Okay. So let's see. It succeeded. Let me go back, refresh. What happened? Let me see. Customers.sync. Okay, I think customer sync. Okay, so it created a new, delete it. Although you will see the same structure here, there is no difference, but still, for sake of our demo, let me just remove it. Container data. Delete. So I actually gave customer sync instead of giving customer sync. So let me just go back and do this one more time. Customers source hyphen source. I want every file with .csv extension, and I want it in the customer sync. Okay. So since we have this recursively option on, it is going to look into each and every directory, and it is going to parse the entire tree. So if you have directory 1, then 1.1.1, then 1.1.1, like that, if you have 3 4 levels, it is going to go till the last level and look into that directory, and even if in that directory you have a .csv file, it is going to get it for you. Okay, so now if you see customer sync, if I refresh it, you will see directory 1, directory 1.1.1, you have customers.csv. If you go back and if you go to directory 2, you have customer 1.csv, 2.csv, and directory 3, customer 3.csv, and you have, so everything as it is copying from customer source directory. Okay, let me do one small change to see what will happen to this pipeline if I just switch off this recursively option. Okay, so I'm just switching this off and I'm saying debug. I'm not saving it, by the way, so it's not going to be, so I'm saying customer source, and I'm going to say everything is going to be the same. I'm going to say I need every .csv file into customers sync. Okay, let me run. So in the meantime, think about what will happen in this case. So simply we have just unchecked this recursively option. It succeeded. Let me go and check. So only customer 4.csv came. Why? Because since we have unchecked the recursively option, it is not going to go into directory 1, 2, and 3. It is going to only look in the directory that you have given in your source file path. So there, if there is a CSV directly, you will get it. Otherwise, you won't get anything. So by default, recursively is enabled. You can disable it, but typically we keep this as checked because we want everything from every folder level, if in case we are using this preserve hierarchy option in our sync. So this was all for today. In the next session, we are going to look at how this filtered by last modified is used, and how it is going to impact our copy activity. So thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your feedback in the comment section. Thank you all. See you in the next session.